Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. We had a little faux pas there.
Faux pas.
Yeah. But at any rate, hey.
We need to put a wire on it.
You got us. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show today coming to you from the Sugar Shack Studios just outside Houston, Texas. Coming up, we talked to evangelist.
No.
What?
Richard Tomlin.
Oh, is it Richard?
Richard.
Oh, my God. I've messed this all up, haven't I?
No. I messed it up. My bad.
You know what? I didn't mess anything up. So here we go. We've been hacked with niacin.
No.
Niacin.
My bad.
Mars? That's what I've got here.
No, you're right.
He got Richard out of bed.
I'm only going to admit that one time.
So Mars screwed it up, and then I've had some sort of faux pas
sorry,
over
Richard.
here.
Glitch.
Anyway, it doesn't make any difference. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk
come
Show.
on now.
We've got lots of stuff coming up this half hour, including the Cruise In calendar, and we also have today's stories making automotive news headlines. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we have Mr. Jeff. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don
Today
Armstrong. Yeah. We just need help today. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who is that I see there? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. EV himself. It is Buzz Smith.
There he is.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you there?
How are you guys doing today?
Well, apparently, once we saw your face, things kind of took a different turn here on the show, and we had some unexpected interruptions, kind of like the dealerships across America with CDK and their dealer management system. Good to see you. How are you, my friend?
Oh, life is good.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Well, apparently it's so good that you took a little road trip outside the state of Texas.
What?
Yes, we did. It was almost 2,000 miles round trip. We drove from Fort Worth to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, all electric, 100% electric vehicle. We camped in the vehicle, running the heat all night long because it was getting down to the low 30s at night. We were at 8,500 feet where we were camping. It was a wonderful vacation.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that I missed you. I was there a couple of weeks ago myself.
Really?
I was.
It was actually about 2 weeks ago that I was there. You are kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you, but I could smell you off in the distance, and I thought, is that Buzz over there?
What kind of EV did you drive?
I wasn't driving the EV, sir. You were.
United Airline EV.
No, I had a wonderful, comfortable hybrid by Lexus, and it worked great. So, take for what it's worth. Were you driving your car, or did you have some manufacturer car?
No, this is actually my Model Y that I bought back in December. And we've been, the first weekend we had it, I think we went on a 150-mile trip just to, kind of get our road legs under us. Then I've been on two EV road trips for Texetra. One of them, East Texas, where I went from Fort Worth to Beaumont up to the northwest or northeast corner, Texarkana, and back again. And then our most recent road trip, we went from Austin, San Antonio, Corpus, Brownsville, McAllen, Laredo, Kerrville, San Antonio, and then back to Fort Worth again. After I went on those road trips, I was ready to really stretch my legs and go to Colorado and see what that was like. It was really cool. I mean, this was an all-electric trip, so I've been going to Rocky Mountain National Park since I was about 8 years old, and my parents, I grew up in Houston, so we'd always go up 287 through the Panhandle, that little corner of New Mexico, and then up straight to Denver and then into the mountains. And you couldn't do that with most EVs right now because the infrastructure is not there like it is for Tesla. And so for a normal non-Tesla EV, you've had to drive north to Kansas and then take a left into Colorado. A little bit longer drive, but you could still do it. And I was really excited about being able to do the drive that I was used to doing, and it was absolutely no problem. I use two apps when I'm traveling, a Better Route Planner and Plug Share. And a Better Route Planner is just unbelievable. I was arriving at these charging stations plus or minus 10 minutes of my schedule plan. The charging took no longer than what the app had predicted. So it actually turned out to be, it was no impact on the driving time at all, because I've got this motto, feed yourself when you feed your car. So when I stop to recharge, I'll usually eat somewhere right there near the charger so that I'm kind of multitasking. I'm not taking away from my drive time, since I would stop to eat anyway.
What kind of vehicle were you in?
A Model Y.
Model Y. I'm sorry. I missed that.
And it's the dual motor long range version.
Gotcha.
So it's supposed to 320 miles of range. That's the stated range.
What was the real range?
Real range looks like it was averaging about 280 miles, but that was because I was driving 75 miles an hour. So, once you
Well,
get
that's impressive, though, because I thought it would be much less.
No, when we did that, you might remember we took a Chevy Bolt EV to Enchanted Rock.
Yep.
What was more important than anything was wind drag. So you're right, that is a big deal. And we had a kayak on the roof and two mountain bikes hanging off the back of the car.
Wow.
And we lost about 25 to 30% of range based on wind drag. And so this time we decided to do it a little bit differently. We wanted everything to be inside the car. So obviously no kayak this time, but we bought two folding e-bikes that folded up really small. And believe it or not, could be recharged from the Tesla.
Oh, God. Only you would come up with something like that.
Well, okay. Guilty as charged. But we took these e-bikes, we rode them around in the national park, and were able to recharge them from the Tesla. So that was really cool.
Did the national park have chargers?
I was going to ask.
Absolutely not. No. Rivian has a deal with Colorado state parks to put what they call adventure chargers in. And that network is already, being constructed and is out there. But in the national parks, there's just no facility for charging at all. Fortunately, Estes Park has some really good infrastructure for charging both CCS, CHAdeMO, and Tesla. The Tesla chargers were very poorly located. Hey, charger companies, you really need to put these next to coffee shops and restaurants so that people can have something to do. In Estes, they put us right behind the Stanley Hotel, which is the hotel that inspired Stephen King to write The Stand.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
Yeah, you're already in this semi-creepy, parking lot behind the hotel, away from any eyewitnesses. So if the hedges come in, none. But, we had a wonderful time. A couple other things. We bought a self-inflating mattress that's part memory foam, part air mattress, that is specifically not designed for the Model Y. It's 4.5 inches thick, absolutely comfortable to sleep in the car at night with the heat going or the air conditioner going. We did all the driving from Fort Worth to Rocky Mountain National Park by full self-driving in the Tesla. You can rent it now for $99 a month, so we turned it on for that month. And we went across the Continental Divide. Trail Ridge Road is the highest paved road in the United States. Going across the Continental Divide, and they had not opened it when we had arrived. The snowfall is so heavy there in the winter, they've got to wait for the snow plows to get it all gone. But 2 days before the trip was over, that was done. So we actually drove under autopilot from Glacier Basin Campground, which is about 8,500 feet, up to the peak of the road, which is almost 13,000 feet, and then down to Grand Lake on the other side, again, right around 8,500 feet above sea level. And the car did all the driving. And these are hairpin turns where if you go off the road, you are over. I mean,
it's scary.
And this thing would maintain the speed limit, maintain safe turning speeds, and did all the driving for me. And actually did a better drive than I do driving Trail Ridge, because especially on the downhill parts, I tend to get above the speed limit. This thing would keep me at speed limit. And believe it or not, one day we went as high as we could on Trail Ridge and back down, and we used negative 11 miles of range because all of that downhill regenerated more energy than we had used going up. And I don't even know how that could be possible, because that, to me, sounds, physically impossible. But when I got back, it said I had 11 more miles of range than I did when I left.
Now, let me ask you this. Let's go back into this conversation just a little bit. You said something about a mattress. Did you
Yes.
sleep in the car?
Yes. Yeah, Tesla has a thing called camping mode. So you can run the stereo all night long. You can charge all your portable devices. You can run the air conditioner or heat all day long, or all night long. And so I wondered, being the math guy that I am, what's the impact? Am I going to have to drive into Estes Park every day and recharge this 90 kilowatt hour battery pack? Or, is this going to be negligible? What is it? So the second night we did it, we actually measured the range we had remaining when we went to bed, and then the next morning when we got up. And all of that heat all night long used up 14 miles of range. So that's 4 kilowatt hours of electricity, about 40 cents that you would pay at your house. And I heated that car all night long. Now we're in a sleeping bag, so that's helping keeping us warm. I think we set the heat to 60 degrees, but it was freaking awesome.
This is actually what this really is it's a Nash that you've converted with the sleeping seats in it.
Fold down.
Isn't it? That's what it really is.
Volkswagen would not come out with the ID Buzz in time for me to get the hippie one, so I had to getting the Model.
And that's a cool vehicle. It looks cool.
I love you in some sort of strange way, but I'll tell you what, dude, that this whole thing to me is just, it's perfect for you. It's weird. I don't know how else to put it. Okay?
It is definitely perfect.
Who would come up with this idea? Only you. Oh, I'm going to take
the mattress company that makes the mattresses. Tesla made camping mode. I mean, there's a lot of people really interested in this. In fact, I have a photo open on my desktop here. I thought that, am I going to see anybody else camping in an electric vehicle?
Wait a minute. Is that over there? But
what's it?
About 10 vehicles down. Is that Don Armstrong? No, it's not.
Vehicle away. It was right across the parking lot, one place over, and it was a Kia Niro EV. So it wasn't even one of the super recent models. And on the drive up Trail Ridge, I saw Cybertrucks, I saw Mustang Mach-E's. I mean, these things were all over the place up there because they've got good charging.
Of course, you also have to keep in mind, dude, this is Colorado. There's a pot shop on every corner. It's like a gas station. They took them over.
Does the Bear charge it?
That is no lie. We were at a Tesla charging bank, and I saw this family get out of an SUV, and this was right near a gas station as well. And these two men went walking off in the distance. I didn't think anything of it. And they came back and they had these little baggies and they're showing them to their family. And the family's all jumping up and down. And I sat there and I thought, I'll bet right behind me, there's a, what do they call it? A dispensary.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I look over my shoulder and there was a dispensary.
So does a bear charge his EV in the woods?
Yes, he has to actually.
Well, the old song, "One Toke Over the Line, Sweet Jesus," apparently rings with you. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it does.
It actually was. It was a wonderful trip. I haven't been up there this early in the year in many, many decades actually now. But, whenever they first plow that road, there's this wall of snow next to you, probably 14, 15 feet high. It was cool to see that again.
Well, I have to give you just a very brief, because I've already been over this, and I was angry when I actually reported this, that I had an all-electric vehicle here recently, within the past 6 weeks or so. And I could not, in the city of Houston, find an EV charging station, a fast charger, one that worked, one that the car told me I could actually use that worked. I wound up having to go from my work in through the city of Pasadena to find a fast charger behind a Chase Bank over there by the drive-in, which is removed, as you can imagine, from the actual building itself. Found it. And just to get it, took me 3 days and 3.5 hours of my time that I'll never get back to find a damn charger. Now, this is in the city.
What car were you in?
It was a Kia.
Oh, so it had a CHAdeMO connector.
It was an EV9, brand new.
Oh, no.
It was an absolutely stunningly beautiful vehicle. I loved every bit of it. But the infrastructure, it took me to apartment buildings that had a level 1 charger that it didn't tell me. A level 1 charger behind a gate. What is that? I don't understand. It just is not user-friendly at all. Now,
Yes,
you are a deep diver into this, and I get all of that, and I appreciate your appreciation for EVs and you're beating the band and all of that good stuff. I get that. But in real life, really, I'm a journalist. That's not good.
Oh, you're exactly right. And what's happened is Tesla has paid the dues for the entire industry. They went out and built a charging network, and somebody had to pay for that, right? So everybody that bought a Tesla car, it's in the price of that car. Well, GM, Ford, all the other guys, they didn't want that additional cost in their cars, so they've all really held off on developing their charging networks, which, originally I thought, hey, the gas stations, were independent of the dealers and the manufacturers, why don't we just let this market happen? But Tesla did show us the right way. They came up with a very simple design. They can install one in 4 hours once the infrastructure is in place. They're now selling those to third-party charger installation companies, to other people that can start their own networks. But you're absolutely right. Now, what is really great, though, is Texas got $409 million of the NEVI funds, and
they're not doing a damn thing with it.
Actually, they are. The first stage is under construction right now. They are popping up. You'll see them probably south and southeast of, say, San Antonio in the beginning. Along the coastline evacuation routes, there'll be 50% more chargers they're going to have for the others. Those chargers will all charge all Teslas and all American-made EVs and many foreign-made EVs, except for the Asians that use CHAdeMO. So phase 1 is just going to be border, along the major interstates every 50 miles. The next step, though, is every single county in the state of Texas is going to get a bank of DC fast chargers. By default, it would be located at the county seat. But if the local government or group that is monitoring things decides they want to put it somewhere else, and I'd recommend that they put it right in the middle of their downtown shopping district to get people to visit the town, spend money in the town. But that stage is about to come. Now, if that stage had already happened, this is going to take 3 to 4 more years to finish it out. But if that stage has already happened, I could reduce the number of stops for charging by at least 1 charging stop, maybe 2. And then I would have been able to only stop to charge at hotels at night, level 2, or when I was on the road when I was having a meal. And so then there would be no impact on my driving time at all. It would be just like driving a gas car. But yeah, the charging.
Well, I find that hard to believe, but I'll just take your word for it. I want to move on now into something else before we leave, because we're kind of running short on time. And that is, why are all of these EVs sitting on dealer lots not being sold?
Primarily interest rates. Adoption rate is still very high and very aggressive, especially, believe it or not, with the Kias and Hyundais. They are showing 80% year-over-year sales increase. So and they don't qualify for the federal income tax credit. That's another interesting thing. The Kia and Hyundai dealers, and probably the manufacturers are behind this, are just giving it as a discount.
Why are they not selling Ford electrics? The Ford Lightning.
Yeah.
They're sitting on lots.
Well, I think a couple of things. One is that most people think they've got to tow really heavy stuff all the time if they buy a pickup, although my experience was most of my customers never towed anything.
No.
Who bought pickup trucks from me. But the impact of towing on the F-150 has shied away some of the traditional type truck drivers. By the way, I saw an F-150 Lightning in Estes Park trying to charge at the Tesla chargers, and those weren't opened up to Ford yet. And I was able to show him local charging that he could get to that was specifically for his Ford.
Okay, now not to poo-poo your EV thing, but I think if somebody were to ask me what would be a good thing to have right now, I would say go for the hybrid. Because it's the best of both worlds. You get the EV experience, and when you run out of juice, and you can't find a charger, at least you got the gasoline motor for now.
And for newbies, you're exactly right. I mean, I've as you know, I've driven plug-in hybrids for over 10 years. I think of them as training wheels for full electric vehicles. And if you've never had an electric vehicle before and you do a lot of road trips so that you need that range, then absolutely go get a plug-in hybrid. But get a plug-in hybrid because it will stay electric until you run out of electricity. And the importance of that is instead of struggling like with the old traditional hybrids to get 45 or 50 miles per gallon, when you're running on electricity, you're running an equivalent of about 100 miles per gallon. So stay with a car, a plug-in hybrid that will let you stay electric until it runs out of electricity and then switches to gas, instead of a traditional hybrid that if you get above 35 miles an hour, it's going to switch to gas.
Buzz, we love you. Got to run out of time here, so you take care of yourself. Let's stay in touch and have a good summer.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
You too. Buzz Smith, Mr. Electric himself. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In-Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for the cruise-in calendar, and Jeffrey has that.
Okay, well, today's Saturday, June 22nd. You've got going on right now, you got the Kingwood Classic Cruisers, Cars, and Coffee up there at the Whataburger in Kingwood. And then later on, you've got June Cars and Coffee at Freddy's Cafe. That's going on a little later. That's at 16804 Barker Springs in Houston. Not quite starting yet. There's one at 11 o'clock this morning, goes till 4 p.m. That's H-Town Toys 6th Annual Car Show. That's in Cypress Station Drive, 1910 to be specific. It's in Houston. You've got tonight, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you got the weekly Cruise In Montgomery, Texas. That's in Montgomery. Tomorrow, big day tomorrow, Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11. You got Garages and Gearheads in Katy at 1435 FM 1463. There's a lot of fours in that. Garages of Texas and Katy. And then 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays at Freddy's. And then 3 o'clock, you've got weekly car meetup in Willis, which is just north of the town here. What you talking about? So there we go.
Electric vehicle startup Fisker filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on June 17th after months of quality issues with its Ocean crossover, a failed attempt to partner with a major automaker and hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. Like other companies in the electric vehicle industry, we have faced various market and macroeconomic headwinds. What is that?
Don't know.
That have impacted our ability to operate efficiently, Fisker said in a statement. No, Fisker didn't. Some PR person,
Yep.
macroeconomic. After evaluating all options for our business, we determined that proceeding with a sale of our assets under Chapter 11 is the most viable path forward for the company. Goodbye. Roughly a third of consumers refuse to buy a car that lacks smartphone integration. No surprise
boy.
there. That's according to a new McKinsey & Company consumer survey. 30% of global electric vehicle buyers and 35% of global internal combustion engine car buyers said a lack of support for smartphone integration is a deal breaker. That figure may have big implications for General Motors, which said in December it is phasing out such integrations in future EVs because they want to know what you're doing in your car through their system.
Yep.
U.S. consumers are similarly rigid. 25% of EV buyers and 38% of gasoline-powered vehicle buyers would not purchase cars without smartphone mirroring. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto mirror the mobile phone interface on infotainment screens, and the services are popular. Both saw installation rates above 90% in a mid-year survey of the 2023 model year vehicles by Ward's Intelligence. You'll be sorry. Remember that?
Yep.
In the cartoons back in the day? Don't do away with Apple CarPlay. Don't do away with the Android application either. That is a death knell. If you want to sell cars, that's something that you don't want to do. What are you guys doing over there?
Well, I'm trying to load a commercial because
And
it's
I'm
almost
trying
top
to-
of the hour, and he's trying to fix the internet at the same time. So we kind of have a little pushback.
Yeah,
All fighting over the same
We are.
computer
We
like
are.
a little 12-year-old girl.
we are.
It's
Because
mine.
my computer says it's right.
And he's
Listen, we know about you and your computer. You've been looking up dirty things on there. and
not in his computer.
You've done something weird over there.
Dirtiness.
It's got it all messed up. Okay. Well, we're going to leave this hour with this story. Los Angeles Lakers player is suing a custom car business over a deal involving a $1 million Ferrari he wanted to buy.
Oh, boy.
And a 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby he was trying to sell. Spencer Dinwiddie.
why? Why would
Spencer Dinwiddie,
you do that? Why would you do that?
who signed a $1.55 million contract with the Lakers in February, filed a suit this month against Wires Only and its former general manager, Chadwick Hopkins. Wires Only and Hopkins were featured in a 2022 reality show called $1 Million Wheels. Dinwiddie bought his Mustang from Wires Only in November of 22 for $699,000, according to the LA Times. He later agreed to pay $1.05 million for a 2022 Ferrari SF90 Spider that Hopkins helped him pick out and put down a $350,000 deposit on the car. Lawsuit claims the Ferrari purchase was contingent upon Wires Only selling Dinwiddie's Mustang within 45 days. But the shop sent the Ferrari to him immediately and wasn't able to sell the Mustang. I'm going to buy another crib in Malibu. I need the $350K back, and the Mustang sold, Dinwiddie texted Hopkins in April of 23, the lawsuit said. Hopkins has disputed Dinwiddie's characterization of the deal. The $350,000 wasn't a deposit. It was an initial installment payment on the purchase of the SF90 Spider. And the story goes on
He said
and on.
he got what was his contract? 1.5 million or 15 million?
1.5 million.
So he's blew his whole budget on a car,
Ding, 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 ding.
and he's got to get another crib.
Bye.
So what's the difference between a down payment and the first installment?
That's a
payment?
good question.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer.
And why would you
to
get
that.
rid of that hot rod for the whatever?
We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. More of our show after this.
The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupi Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupi Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.